I wonder how this motherfucker put this in here. I don't know how old this chick is. I don't know if she's my age or I can't tell because I could have sworn her dude came by the other day, but I don't think so. No, they might be youngsters. If they are, then fuck that. I thought she was the sister, the older sister. She like fucking 36 years old and shit. Uh, Come on down, girl. If you're 36, come on down. But if you younger than fucking 25, no man, you stay your ass home, bro. What's my percentage? I think I had it right here. Wonder if it lets me. Will it let me? Oh, it does let me. Switch that shit off. And shit. Maybe I should have that on. Fuck it. I text that fool LL earlier today. He must have been busy, so I was like, I fucking did what I needed to do when I got home, and then I fell asleep. And then I stood asleep. I sleep for a long time. And then I don't have to work. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm like, all right. I was trying to see if he would go live because I wasn't trying to go live. I was like, man, let me go see if this fool can go live. But he didn't respond. Then I fucking, before I fucking decided to go get weed, I fucking seen that Andy Cruz was live and I don't know what he was doing. But then I wouldn't normally would never go to Andy's. I go there here and there to see what the fuck's going on. And then I seen Red Z was there and I was like, let me see what the hell's going on. And I go look and I hear this dude talking, and I guess he changed the whoever recorded this. I guess they changed the voices and shit, so that way that they couldn't flag the video, or whatever. So then I said, okay, and then I seen that there was this dude named Rev or Rave, whatever the fuck he is. I seen him on the panel, and I remember at Foxman's he was talking a lot of shit about me. And I was like thinking in my head, like, motherfuckers always be talking shit. And I'm thinking in my head, like, the last time I seen this dude, I seen him at Lisa Linland's channel, and that fool over there kissing my ass and shit. And he had told me he was dating some chick on here named Nancy or Nikki. I don't know how her name, but I was like, whatever, man. And at that time, I think I was talking to Jess. And then I was just chilling with fucking Lisa Linland and shit. But I don't know. I seen that fool up there on Andy's, and I was like, man, I got time right now, man. I kind of wanted to talk shit to this fool for a little bit. I don't really know dude like that. I only know him up to a point of just history of what he did on the internet. And some of the people that know him, they were like showed me videos of like him crying and acting stupid over that girl Nikki and shit. And he started getting mad, and I started laughing because I seen that girl. I've seen her, and she's not. I'm not saying she's ugly or anything, but she's just not. You know, she's not all that. She ain't like worth like the trouble. A lot of people would say a lot of the girls I fuck with are not worth the trouble either. But there's some of the girls I fuck with, they are, man. They're not ugly girls. But I don't know, like they think I'm triggered, and in reality I'm not. It's just when I go onto a panel most of the time and I sit there and free fall, it's like more of like whatever I could hit, whatever I can make somebody mad, I'll just do it. I don't care. But it tripped me out because they always say that it's Red Z's fault why I'm mad. I'm like, no, I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all because I'm up there and I'm just in reality, I'm just having a good time. I'm just talking shit to this dude to talk shit to this dude. Uh, he couldn't really, he couldn't really say nothing to me. But I'm there to in reality, I'm just there to troll. And I'm not really I can care less about Andy's community. I could care less about any of them people. I only go there to troll. I only go there to remind those motherfuckers that they're internet nerds. I'm not there to fucking make friends or be cool with anybody. Like, nah, man. Like, Red Z, let her do all that. She want to be cool with a bunch of nerdy ass people. That's fine. That's not my issue. I, you know, but I will say, whatever they were doing, what they wanted to do with that girl, Nikki, whatever, I kind of put a stop to it in a weird way, in a funny way. I mean, they wanted to fucking play that video. They wanted to go all in on that girl. And I put a stop to it in a way because they were like, "Oh, this motherfucker's talking shit." I will say this: what was tripping me out was that there was people that were in the chat that kissed my ass, and and I wanted actually the reason why I went live in general is just because I wanted to address that shit. Kind of wanted to talk about it. I was sitting there thinking in my head, like, what the fuck? You know what trips me out. Hold on. What trips me out is that spooky girl. She always has something to say. Like in the beginning, she tried to act like everything's good, and she tried to be cool and try to talk to me and be cool and shit. And then when I start talking shit to her friends or somebody she likes, when I start talking shit about somebody she likes, she fucking get all crazy. She try to talk shit to me. What trips me out though is that spooky girl, I've never like it just trips me. It really trips me out when they try to do this shit to me where they be like, yeah, this fool fucking likes this girl. He has a thing for her. I was like, no, I fucking don't, man. Like, let me be real with you for a minute. Like, I don't like whores. I don't like sluts, slutty girls, and all that shit. I don't care for any of that shit. I like ladies, I like girls that have class, that are ladies, that know how to act like a lady and doesn't do things that a whore would do. Don't do things that a slut would do. You know what I mean? I don't like shit like that. Can I be cool with a slut? Can I be cool with a whore? Can I? Yeah, I could be cool with them. But if you ask, I've never, and since I've known that girl, since I've known her from Instagram, since I've known her on here, I'll straight up tell you this. I have never in my fucking life since I've been on here ever flirted with you, girl. I never flirted with you. I never told you to open your mouth and get on your knees. I never sat there and been all like, I never did any of that. You'll never have anything in your DMs of me trying to get in you. You'll never have nothing like that. You rejecting me is crazy because I never invited you. I never did any of that. For you to even talk to me, for you to even sit there and suggest that, oh, cousin, I don't want to see your dick. Dude, what are you talking about? There you go again, trying to throw me in there like that. You did that shit with the whole cell phone thing, with the text messages and shit. You try to play me out like that, and I'm thinking in my head, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, don't fucking do that shit, fool. Don't be sitting there trying to act like I'm all up in your DMs, trying to get you naked and shit with words. Don't be sitting there trying to act like I'm sitting there flirting with you and I'm trying to get your attention and shit, fool. Like, don't do that to yourself, man. Don't make you don't play yourself out like that. That shit tripped me out though, because I'm like, you won't find nothing in your DMs. You won't find nothing, no video clips of me saying anything to you. And even let's just be real. Like most of these fools, the first thing they do is talk about your tits, talk about big tits and all this shit. Have you ever? I mean, let me tell you, have you I mean, let me be real. Like, have you ever fucking seen me or heard me ever say anything to you? Like, I'm gonna be a gentleman about this right now, but I'm gonna still be an asshole about it too. Like, you never seen me do that shit for. Like, come on, man. You were on camera, literally fucking motherfuckers on there. The respect I could have for you is just the person, but as far as a woman, I don't have respect for you. Like, can you imagine? Like, I have daughters, right? Fool? I got daughters, and you think how I would react if I ever found out that my daughters were being like that? That shit would be devastating, disgusting. I don't know how I would live with myself. Can you imagine being your dad? Who your dad is, who your father is? Like, you know what I mean? You could quit being a hoe, but a hoe will never quit being you. You know what I mean? Because like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just, don't sit there and try to act like I'm in your DMs. Don't sit there and try to act like I'm trying to be all up in your pussy. Don't sit there and try to act like I kiss your fucking ass because I don't do that. You kiss my motherfucking ass. But when you don't like how shit is going, you want to sit there and try to act like, oh, cousin, don't be saying I be texting you. Oh, cousin, don't be saying that. I don't want nobody knowing I have anything to do with you. Oh, cousin, I don't want to see. Like, you act like I was even trying to introduce myself to you like that. Introduce how, you know what I mean? Don't fucking sit there and play yourself. I'm telling you, don't play yourself because I promise the word never usually I don't use unless I have to. In this case, I could say that I've never flirted with you. I've never showed any interest in you. I've never done anything but treat you like a fucking, I try to treat you like a lady. I try to have respect for you and treat you cool and shit. But you let this internet shit fuck your brain up, girl. You let this internet shit eat you out more than any other man could ever eat you out. You let this internet really get in your brain. You actually believed for a minute, for a split second, actually, that I actually was all involved with you like that. No, man. Don't fucking play with you, man. Don't play with yourself like that. Play with your pussy, but don't play with yourself like this in mental line, dude. Don't do that to yourself. You're sitting there trying to act like I'm in your DMs. I'm not. I've never wrote you like that. I've wrote you in Discord, but if you read the messages and read them out loud, it has nothing to do with anything to do with your pussy, your titties, your mouth, your anything. Nothing to do with none of that shit. I've already seen these little video clips of you, and people posted them up on the discords showing these. Nasdar fucking practically showed that shit more than anybody, and like I like you know what I mean. Like one thing's for sure, I could never date a girl that every man in the world has seen naked. You know what I mean? Like don't do that to yourself, man. You sitting there trying to talk shit about me, you can talk shit. That's cool. But don't be doing that, oh, let's be cool and then this 50-50 that nah, man. Don't do that. Don't because that's stupid. Why you think Red Z didn't say nothing to me? Yeah, she's mad and talking shit to me. But why do you think she didn't say, oh yeah, he's in my DMs? And Andy Cruz is like, he's such a lurker. For that fool remembers shit from back in the days. And it's like, dude, if you ask her, Red Z Mac, right now, could she show you proof too? Can she show you anything that has anything to do with sex, like sex talking her? Every time, most of the time I've talked to Red Z, believe it or not, it's always been about other females that I had problems with in real life that I was looking to her. I came to her like if she was my little cousin and we grew up together type of shit where I could come to her and talk to her about these problems I have. And it goes both ways when it comes to the situation where she come to me or I go to her, but it's more, the thing is, it's the feelings are mutual when it comes to how I feel. And never sexual talk, never like telling her anything about her body. The only thing that I said about her body was that she looks skinny, that she's getting skinny. But that's compliments any man would do to a female when it's a friend type of thing. It never would I say have said anything about pussy being tight. Nothing. Flirting with her, treating her with respect. Andy Cruz reaching really hard, man. Andy Cruz really believes that that's just how it is. It's not how it is, man. The only reason why I started attacking Andy was because all he had to do was just be a host. Just be a host. And he getting mad at me because I'm saying some shit to Ray or Rev or Ray, whatever the fuck his name is. And he's sitting there like, y'all know you don't know him. You can't be getting talking to like him like I was like, so no, knowing what? Let me tell you something. That dude, I thought he was Bad Corey for a minute. He sounds just like Bad Corey if you really think about it. That fool Bad Corey sound like a straight up nerd. And he have a Point Dexter type of voice and shit. So then I hear this fool Rev, Ray, I'm gonna call him Rev. I hear him fucking talking. I'm thinking, is this Bad Corey that's talking right now? And so it's just, I don't know, man. Sometimes like when I come on these panels, I just come on there doing whatever. I'll come on there. I'll start shit with whoever. But Andy, he's sitting there trying to stick up for a fool, trying to be like, oh, trying to tell me something. So I fucking went at him. I was like, all right, fool. I was like, oh, you want to get mad, Andy? I know how to piss you off. You might have ideas how to piss me off, but I know how to piss you off. I don't really care for Poon. I have no real issue with this dude, whatever, but I know that people like him and shit. So that's cool. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. And like people can get mad and they can be quiet and nah, man. Be mad about it. The only reason why I'm there is to make the motherfuckers mad. And when you're cooking and you're doing a good thing and pissing people off because here comes Lydia and here comes the miss right there ready to go. I haven't even read any of Lydia's comments other than I just knew she was there. And then the miss, Andy wanted to show his comments so I could read them and shit. The miss has always been a hater of mine. He's all, if you want to talk about jealousy, man, this just shows having money don't fucking make you feel good about yourself. Having money just means having money. But to feel good about yourself, money ain't gonna do that for you. Money's not gonna make you feel good about yourself. If you naturally, and that's why they were like, "Oh, we don't talk about kids." I was like, "You motherfuckers, all you motherfuckers do is talk about kids. All you guys do is talk about kids. You guys just sit there and be like, "Oh, we don't do kid talk. We talk about kids only when it's convenient. We have selective trash talking over here. We can talk about kids sometimes, but not all the time. And you can't do it." I was like, "Whatever, fool. That fool talking gang of shit about kids all the time." That fool talk a lot of shit about people's kids all the time, and he want to sit there and play, play the victim. It's like, dude, in reality though, like, can you imagine, like, when you're a father, when this is what hurts people, this motherfucker Demisk. When you're a real dad, when you're a real fucking father, it's hard to be apart from the kids. Like, it's really hard for me to not spend time with them. Like, I have to spend time with them. I want to spend time with them. I just can't fucking like go any weeks without doing that. Like, I like hanging out with my kids. Tomorrow we're gonna hang out tomorrow. I like spending time with them. You know what I mean? And it's like I can only imagine if Ashley fucking took the girls and went all the way to another state. Like, the shit my life would be like just to see them would be extremely fucking fucked and uncomfortable because I would have to keep going back and forth. My life would never be normal because I'd always want to go and be over there. This fool's kid, Demis, Daniel, this fool's kid lives in another country, right? And that fool only seen that his daughter, like, literally after it's been already a year since he's seen. Is like we'll only see her for like a couple of days and then he go back to the States. And the only reason why he went to go see her was because Lydia was paying for the trip. I noticed Lydia paid for a lot of things. Makes you wonder how much money that fool really got. He's about that, that's what it comes down to. Is that fool Demis, like, I can never he's like, "Oh, I've been in the army." You sound like Wes when you talk like that, fool. I can believe Wes has been in the service because he showed proof of that shit. And it's right there. There's no tricking nothing. It's right there for everybody to read. But Demis has literally, and he can say he didn't, but we heard him. Demis has literally said that, "Oh, I got all my paperwork too." I was like, "All right, well then show." He's like, "I will show if you show yours." Wes showed his. The dude never showed his back. And then when this fool Demis was sticking up for Foxman years ago, before he got with Lydia, he was in Bakersfield. That fool was in Bakersfield. We knew he was in Bakersfield because he turned his camera on and showed us. He didn't show himself, but he showed us. We were on Fox's stream. That's the first time I met him. It's the first time I met him. And I'm sitting there listening to him and shit. And then all of a sudden, like, that fool got all mad at me. He started talking shit. I said, "Hey, fool, you in Bakersfield?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am in Bakersfield. I can, Baker." He told me his words. Bakersfield's not far. He said Bakersfield is not far. He said, "Come." He said he would come, and he would come fight me, and never showed up. After Foxman stream, I still remember too, because I had just left that hotel I was staying at. And I moved into this new place, and he had told me, he's like, he wanted to fight. I said, "That's cool," because I had just got into a argument with Simus that same night, and Matt Main was there. We were all right there. And I remember because it was after the fact when Joe and Phelox got into it too. And so that fool at the time, I didn't even know him, but I remember he was talking shit to me. And I just told him, I was like, "You want to fight? Whatever, let's go handle it." And That's when he was telling me he was in Bakersfield. He says, I'm in Bakersfield and letting me know. I was like, that's cool. Bakersfield ain't far. He told me the same thing. He said, yeah, it's not far. I'll be over there in 2 hours if you want me to. I said, come on down, let's fight. And now he acts like when I bring it up, he don't want to fight. I was like, what happened to this fucking 6'4" corn-fed white boy, man? I thought this fucking white boy was gonna come over here and beat me up. And he never came. And like that's the thing about Lydia is Lydia actually thinks that height matters to me. Like, you think I care that you're taller than me, for? I could sock you right in your gut and you be on the ground. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Some people are fucking crazy. I don't have no issue with Red Z. I can care. Red Z goes on panel to panel every day. I can't keep up with her when it comes to that shit. I just happened to catch her on Andy's, and that was the only time I went over there to go see what was going on. And fucking, I just wanted to fucking talk shit. I just, like I said, I just wanted to talk shit. And I seen that dude over there. I said, "Hey man, let's see what we could do." I never caught that fool on a panel because when I was at Fox and he was talking shit to me, Fox and them told him, "Come on the panel, come on the panel." He didn't want to come on the panel. The only thing he says to me is, "You're fat Mexican, you're dumb, and you drink a lot of beer." He don't even know how to come at me either. I'm just saying whatever I know from him from what Lydia told me. Lydia was the one that sent me the fucking one of the video clips of him acting all sad and shit. And then that girl, Nancy or Nikki, being mean to him. I seen the videos of that. I seen her being real mean to him, making him feel like a bitch. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, man. You know what's crazy? Is all these females that I've been involved with or been friends with, close with like that, they never did me like that. Yeah, they may have did some things where it pissed me off, like where they showed text messages and they screenshot shit I said and they told some personal things about me to other people here, but with that girl, I was watching the video and that girl fucking said some fucked up shit. That fool fucking, that's the thing. He didn't know he can't even come at me. That fool can't, he don't know what to say. He was so busy looking at the chat, hoping the chat could help him. Chat can't even help him. He started being gay and he started talking about my fucking dick and shit. I was like, why are you talking about my dick for? That shit's even gay. That's gay, fool. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with that fool? And it's like, that's where the shit went the way it went with me and Spooky because I had told that fool, I said, he's saying, oh, people are saying you have a small. I was like, oh, I do? Who's saying that? Because, what's crazy is my shit's out there. Nikki posted that shit. Real shit posted that shit. And my shit's out there. And it's crazy people would say that. And I'm like, it's right there. Fucking spooky girl. Oh, I'd rather cut my eyes out and to see it. I was like, dude, I'm not asking. That's why I'm like, what the fuck did that come from? Say, I'm not even talking to you, fool. I'm telling this motherfucker since he's so engaged in it. I was like, it's all good, fool. I don't care about Discord like that. And you know how I know you're lying, fool? Is because you went through a whole fucking situation, Moon Boots, of telling everybody. You even told Miles Bells, you're like, oh, I don't even go on Discord no more. I deleted it. That's why I stopped writing you because I wrote you one time about something, and I don't think you blocked me. But when somebody like turns their shit off or deletes it, or it'll do that, it'll do something different than the block. It'll show like this count does not exist. I was like, okay, he fucking really did got rid of it. So I'm like, you telling me now that she's on Discord telling you this is crazy. Especially when she has no problem writing that shit in chat. Trying to read this shit, I can't read it. It fucking won't let me. What are you trying to say? She's listening while she's sleeping? Hmm. Oh, YouTube wants to do that bullshit again, huh? Let me see if YouTube is letting me do it. Trying to think what time is it right now. It's 11:35. What would be open right now? Nah, I don't want to go over there. It's already 11:35. They're closed. I think what's around here. They're open, but I don't feel like going to there. Taco Bell's still open too. I can go over there. They open until 2. I can always order something. I'd rather just go drive to it though. I don't have to go to bed. I don't work tomorrow. Well, technically I do, but only in the nighttime. Legs fucked up. My hands are all fucked up from earlier. Gas station hot dogs? No. Everybody's fucking asleep though, man. Fucking Joe's not live. Fox is, I don't know. I think that fool fucking Scott, but that fool's live like 24 fucking 7 practically. Fool, that fool's live every day, every fucking second. I don't know, like the people that go over there, they just love to talk and be online all day. That's the type of people that are there. I could kick it over there, but man, dude, mm-mm. I know Al's probably asleep for sure. I don't think anybody's gonna join this live stream. And it's not because they don't want to. Well, they probably don't want to. Like I think last time I heard Redzy said she was going to go to bed, and she really wanted to fucking watch those clips. I haven't even paid attention to anybody in chat. In Andy's chat, I didn't. I only saw a few people typing about like certain things about me and shit. That Red Z Mac live channel, I fucking didn't realize it was there. I fucking if I had known, yeah, but you're here though, Queenie. That's the problem. You're here and you're listening. That's what makes your argument stupid when you say, "Oh, nobody's gonna join your panel," but you technically, by being here, you're here with. It's like if you were on panel, but you chose not to speak. You only chose to listen. And that's always this that's how I look at it. It's the same thing, except now I'm aware that you're listening. I had an idea, but I'm like, okay, I know Courtney's listening. I don't need you to join my panel. For you think I would beg for you to be here with me? I don't beg for nobody to do anything. I have my friends. I'm cool with. I'm cool with people. Everything's good. I like I said, every if whoever wants to be cool wants to be cool, and that's that. That is that. That's that. If I wanted to, I could end this stream. I could text Betty and see if Betty is at work and if she's able to talk, and I can just call Betty and talk to Betty. I can literally call Betty and talk to Betty if I wanted to. Betty and I have really cool, and I know people are like, "Oh, look at here's another girl he's trying to get." Nope. I mean that's the thing. It's a respect level for me and Betty. Like I have respect for her. I don't cross the lines with her. You can ask her that. I promise you, she'll never tell you, "Oh yeah, cousin talks sexual to me." None of nothing. That's why I don't understand the point that Andy was trying to say. He's like, "Oh, you flirt with all the girls." Like, what girls do I flirt with? You have a whole thing of girls over there in your show, and have you ever seen me flirt with any of them? There's a girl named Karina in there. Have you seen me flirt with her? The only girls you ever see me play with on your channel is that lemonade chick, and I didn't even flirt with her either. And then another girl, that Nikki girl, I never even said anything to that girl. I don't flirt with any of these girls. You know, Lexi Lou, they've said a lot of things about Lexi Lou. I haven't, if you ask Lexi Lou, I don't say anything where it comes off like I'm trying to get in her fucking get up all in that. No, like I'm sure she's a pretty lady and shit. That's cool, but I just I don't know. She just seems it's hard to fucking do that to a person a lot of the people. So a lot of the people I know in my real life, Lexi Lou reminds me of someone I know in my real life that sounds just like her. So to me, it's hard to even like think about sexual conversation with her or anything like that. I don't know how to like explain it in the best ways. I'm just trying to explain it in the best way I know how, and that basically is that. Yeah, there's a lot of people here that resemble somebody in my family or a friend of mine's I grew up with. A lot of the girls like most of the friends I had in high school and middle school, I had friends like I played football with. Yeah, the guys and shit, but most of them were girls. I got along with the girls. Like I would always have one of like the best friends I would have would always be girls. I just got along with them and I didn't have to deal with them always wanting to compete where we had to fight. A lot of the friends I had that we played sports with and shit, they motherfuckers always felt like they had to compete. They always felt like they had to compete and they always want to fight. Every dude I've ever been cool with, it's always got to compete. We always got to compare each other to each other. We always got to fight. And it's like I'm not the one to want to argue with somebody like that. I don't like arguing in real life. I do not like to argue in real life. I have to do that shit here. Bro, basically it is a Trump current, blah blah blah. You saying something about Betty. Betty could easily get rid of you, but I'm gonna do that for her. Like you could say what you want about Betty and shit, but you don't know her. I know you guys get mad that she's all into all that politics shit and she is a Trump supporter. That's cool, man. Me and Betty, we don't get along about stuff like that. But as a friend, as a person, as her being who she is, I know her real name. I'm not gonna say it though. But my name, she knows me from Robert on Robert only. Whatever she knew me from in the past, that's never been brought up to our conversation. Like people get mad because I'm either friends with her or she comes over here a lot. And like Lydia is the one that gets mad the most that Betty comes over here. And it's like it comes off as jealousy because if you can't say that, then what else could you say? Because Lydia has made a point to tell everybody she's not a troll, that she don't like to troll people, that she's not just starting shit with somebody just to start it. She says she has a reason to do it. Well, what's your reason? Why do you care that Betty comes over here? She won't even say that. But from what I've heard from the past, it always comes off as jealousy. It took you years to get comfortable enough to show us your face and not even your eyes. It took you even more years to show us anything. And then you started getting brave when you started drinking when you came over here. And then you showed us yourself, but in the dark. You're always in the dark. And the Miz is the same way. He don't want to show himself either. He's scared. Trust me, like I know that Rezzy's mom ain't never gonna tell the truth about the conversations I had with her about Demis and Lydia. She'll never she'll never be honest about that. That's the only thing that sucks about this whole situation. I could bury them based off of what the mom said. She met them. She was honest. She gave her honest opinion to me about them. But it never happened because she'll never admit it. She'll never admit the conversation we had about Lydia and Demis. And that's cool. Well, that's cool. Like Redzi and her brother and fucking what's that chick's name again? Stormy. They do that thing where they like to cover shit up, make the ugly look a little bit good. They don't like to make people like Demisk and Lydia feel bad or feel like they ain't truly friends, with them and shit. It's like that's all good, man. That's cool. It's just a trip. It's just a trip though. Sometimes you think about it. The miss. Daniel in the mix. You know why they call him that? Thinking about it, because the D stands for his name, Daniel. And then if you take away the duh and you just say Misk, it's like the Misk. Like he's always in the Misk. He's never around too long. Like one minute you see him, the next minute he gone. Just like his relationship with his kid. He tried to sit there and talk shit about Joe not being a good father, you know? But well, what are you? You let Lydia dictate your whole fucking vacation time when you were over there. What about you? You can't sit there and call Joe a bad father without looking in the mirror first. Well, you are definitely a mystery in your daughters. That's really what it is. Daniel the mystery. The mist is just short. Is Daniel the mystery. It's a mystery about your relationship with your kids. It's a mystery, your relationship. All these females you date, Lydia is probably the best looking female you've dated out of all the girls. And that says a low to all the females you dated because you supposedly dated a lot of girls. But then from what I heard from Slaya and from other people, all them chicks you date are all fucking lot lizards. Fucking bitches that are always in fucking truckers fucking cabins and shit. Them fucking bitches being up in the truckers fucking box with them fucking literally giving heads and shit. And it's sad because you would think you had some girls that were better looking than Lydia, and the fact that I said Lydia is the best looking one should tell you your range of the girl quality of or quantity of girls or quality or whatever of girls are not so great. You suck, fuck. Let's see what this one has to say. I don't know, the same reason I just banned you. Like me and Betty are always gonna be cool. You know, Betty and me and Betty are as cool as me and the other person were. We were just the same as cool. Not cool like that because it was different, but how it started, it's the same thing, and it's always been the same with me and Betty. I don't care who she supports as long as she and it remains the same when I talk to her and doesn't change up on me. And since I've known her, she's never changed up on me. She's always been the same, and she don't judge me for a lot of the things I've done. A lot of the things I've done on here, people judge me for it. They try to figure, oh, he's doing this shit because he's being mean to these girls and shit. Ban your ass, fool. Betty, Betty, let me tell you something. Based off her politics, she don't like certain people. I know that. But I'm not I'm like if you really knew who I am, if you really knew me, like knew me for who I am, the real me, then you would know that I'm not the type of person she hates. Everything you've seen on Andy's channel, that's just for fun. That's what I do for fun. I don't do that shit because it matters to me. I do that shit because it's fun. It's fun to go on there and ruin somebody's show. Who cares? I don't care. Like Andy really like you could tell I was making him mad. He kicked me. They're like, oh, he rage quit. I rage quit. No, he kicked me, fool. He kicked me because I was tightening it up, and I was over there telling him, I'm like, poon this and poon that, and he didn't like that shit. I know how he feels about poon. I know how he feels, but that's okay. You think Poon is innocent? You think he's a good person? A fool's just as bad as me. Just as bad as me. Me saying fucked up things about him after death, it means nothing. You know why? Because he's not a good person, just like me. So me saying something about him means nothing. If he was a good person, then some you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't be a fucked up person like that. But it's like, dude, that fool wasn't a good person, man. Queenie thinks she's a good person. Let me read what Queenie was saying. I didn't even read it. You're so weird, Queenie. Queenie, let me tell you something, man. You know what your biggest problem is? You hate these pedos, right? You hate guys like that, right? You hate them. You hate all these people, but you always go around them. You always find a way to put yourself in the mix. Let me tell you something. If I hate something that much and I was true to it, I wouldn't be around it. I wouldn't hang around people. There's a lot of things I don't like. And you don't see me hang like I don't really care for Andy's content. You know what I mean? If you ask him, most of the time I've ever went to his channel, it wasn't to like be a part of his content. It was really just to be there and then like, all right, I'm out of here. A lot of the things they do over there is just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? But as far as Betty is a white and is very hateful. Yeah, like I'm gonna believe you. Betty's a really nice person. She's really nice. She's hardworking. She takes care of her family. Has a really good marriage. I'm debating what to do right now because I'm like debating like, okay, what else should I do? Should I just go get something to eat and then 'cause I'll be up for a while. I'm just not gonna go in any other panels. I didn't even want to go live after Andy's, but I fucking was waiting for LL the whole time when I was at Andy's. I was waiting for him to say something about going live, and he didn't say anything. That was why I was at Andy's, really. Shut up, bro. Who said I was proud to be Mexican? Let me tell you something. Just because you need to get your facts right before you come over here, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I voted for Trump, fool. I voted for him because I believe in what he's trying to do to help this country. I got a lot of cousins that cross the border every day, and a lot of these motherfuckers are just doing too much, you know? At the same time, I'm a type of person that supports Trump, but I don't really care about a lot of the things when it comes to politics. I don't really like, I care about things that benefit me when it comes to like money and when it comes to like the living and the gas and all that good stuff, but I don't really care about like a lot of other things that happens. You know what I mean? Betty don't like ghetto people. I don't like ghetto people either, fool. You know, they motherfuckers are too loud and they crazy. I don't really like a lot of things that Betty don't like. But at the same time, that's her decision, not mine. You know, she feels the way she feels, and it's her right to feel however she wants to feel. If you don't like her, that's too fucking bad. Hey, man, when it comes to that, I don't care. I don't need to be educated. I just need to fucking be ready to be the education I need to only have is driving a car, how I spend my money, how I take care of my kids, how I handle my job, how I fuck a bitch, how I fucking that's the only education I feel like I need. How to make money, how to stay out of trouble. I don't like I said, I don't need to be fully educated. I leave that shit for my kids, you know, and the youth, the future of this world. Leave that for them, man. I'm all right. I like to work with my muscle. I like to not think too hard about shit. I like to just fucking be able to hear a point and just tell me what to do. I'll do it for a long time, and get paid for it. Well, I don't. I could work. Well, I'm about work. You can be mad though, but you also can be banned though. To the breaking of it, I come on it to see yourself. One day be the death of me to try to kill me once, but darling, you just resurrected me. Only say please, baby. I'm so green, you gotta teach me, baby. Baby, I'm a baby in these streets, baby. I'm just floating high in these streets, baby. With the heat, speed, baby. Sweet, baby. Just like some green tea, baby. Yes. I'm telling me that shit, you know, I know that's real. Shut your mouth, Drakeful. It's 12 o'clock already over here. I'm trying to think what to do. You know what I'm gonna do? This is probably what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna fucking probably just take off, go to this fucking Mexican place right here, right? I'm gonna fucking order something. I don't know. I haven't decided on either nachos. I don't know. I might just go to Taco Bell too. It's closer. But then I don't know. Like I said, I haven't decided where I want to go. If I'm just going for the drive, then I would go to the place right there. It don't really matter how much I spend. I'm not gonna spend a lot. I was probably 18 bucks. Probably. I don't want a burrito. I'm tired of burritos. Tacos are cool with some beans and rice. Maybe get like a four. I don't know, because it's like a waste of money, because you can go right here down the street and get tacos, and you're gonna be what, $3 a taco? Fuck. Well, what if you go over there? It's $4, and the nachos is like, I think the nachos is like 11, $12, $15. Not that bad. Shut your mouth, fool. All these fools have to subscribe to this channel, so I can only imagine how many fucking these motherfuckers are making. And the good thing is I put a minute. Right now I'm debating between Taco Bell and fucking this Mexican restaurant. Can't think about it. I can't. I gotta think, be able to figure this shit out. Because if I can't figure it out, then I'm probably gonna. I'm thinking, what's around here that's open right now? Closed, closed, open, open. Denny's. Somebody was saying this to me the other day. They're like, "Who do you think watches you, fool?" And as like they're talking shit to me though, and I said, "Well, that's a real good question. I've always wondered who's watching me. I have ideas of who watches this channel and shit." And then some would be like, look at this fool. He hasn't changed. He's still the same way. Well, how I act on the internet means I'm the same way in real life? No. In reality, when it comes to how I handle myself, yeah, I can handle myself. But as far as just talking shit and just for the random time, yeah, that's cool. I do that shit for fun. But it's real life is different. Like people here in real life, they don't fucking be sitting there and talking shit like that. Like people, we talk shit, but man, nobody's not gonna sit there and be coming at me about my dad, about certain things about me. People like have boundaries and like people saying shit like that, it's gonna lead to a fight. And a lot of people are not physical like that. A lot of them don't want to fight. They just be running their mouth and then some shit happens. But me, I've never been the type of guy where I just sat there and let somebody bully me. Never. I've always been the type of person where I always like told myself, you don't fight. That's cool. But if your fucking grandpa finds out you didn't fight, or or your cousins, or anybody, they're gonna be talking shit to you. They're gonna be harder on you. Everybody's gonna be mean. They'll be like, well, we're gonna kick your ass now because you couldn't fight. It's like, okay, nobody's not gonna want that. Nobody's not gonna like. You want to impress. My whole thing was, I wanted my grandpa I wanted to always impress him. I wanted him to know I can handle myself. And when we put in the situation, I've always been managed to be able to fight anybody. But when it came down to like even people that were bigger than me, like I just, uh, you know, they always say to me like, whatever holding in, whatever is bothering you, whatever is making you feel a little depressed, what makes you mad, use that shit to fight. Use it as a survival thing, like they're gonna try to kill you, fight. Every time when I'm about to fight, I always think about the abuse. I always think about the way that she looks at me and how angry I would get when she would. I would just get really mad and I fucking fight because deep down, I wish it was her face that I was fucking punching, but you know, can't do that to your own mom. My mom ain't the same way she is now. She's different. But back then she was real mean. Real fucking mean. But it's all good, fool. It's not no problem. But my life is just different. Now I'm more of like in peace. Like I just do what I gotta do at work. I fucking doing everything the right things. Spend time with my kids. That's the only family I really got. So I just spend as much time as I can. There's gonna be a time where they're not gonna want to hang out. There's gonna be a time where they're gonna be like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to just chill. Man, it's gonna suck. I've literally given so much to them and gave up a personal life just to be able to make sure that they're fine. People don't realize that. People always assume. Sometimes I fucking self sabotage a lot of things just so that way I could just keep myself this way so that way I could just focus on them. And in reality, that's just what it is. It's always something where I'm reminded I can't have that. So I have to just say, you know what? I don't need that. And I got to be able to just focus. I focus more on make sure the kids are okay and they doing the right things and just hanging out with them. And like when I come on here, a lot of my anger could be here. I release it, whatever. But sometimes I have to come on here and I have to talk shit to people. It's just so that way my anger is controlled. That's kind of how I've been controlling my anger lately with in real life. Like in real life, I don't like there's people that do things that irritate me and shit. And I sit there and I'll be like, man, dude, I just fucking want to smack you. But for me not to, I've lost jobs because of my anger. And I'm not, I can't be I can't be playing around like that. When I go in there to make sure that I do a good job and I go in there and make sure that I'm helpful and that I don't want people to feel uncomfortable around me. I just want people to be cool and that's it. And everybody is really cool. There's really nobody at my job that makes me feel uncomfortable or makes me mad. It's customers that get me mad, but they do a lot of things, and I just have to understand that some people, want it. Part of what it is they want it to be easy for them, easy shopping, which is I understand that. That's what I'm there for to make sure that they have an easy, experience. You know, but it's just a lot of the laziness of looking, just need me, but it's whatever, I guess it's you just that's what they're there for convenience and reconvenience them. Other than that, I don't really have any issues with anything. My only issue is just sometimes I get in those mood and where I'm like irritated and I want to talk shit to people and I'm happy to come here and find a channel like Andy's where I can talk shit to them. I even went at Andy. Just wanted to be able I couldn't the rave dude, Rev dude, he just like he wasn't really a competition for me. Like he wasn't like really like somebody I wanted to battle. Like I wanted to battle him, but then I saw how weak he was. And so then I looked at Andy and I said, man, you'll probably give me a better fight than him. And I fucking literally pushed that fool to the side. And like I literally got a cuff of the back of his head and shoved him off and said, here, fool, go over there and sit down. Let me fucking argue with this fool because he'll actually argue back with me. But that fool, I made Andy mad though because Andy kicked me out. And, imagine Andy's always said he would never kick me out because he wanted to be fair, but he couldn't. He had to kick me out because I was saying something that he didn't like. Them motherfuckers get real fucking mad for like, and they say, "Oh, I'm mad." No, you say I'm mad because you're mad and you're hoping I feel the same way you do. Them white people, they hate it when I mean to them. They hate it when I fucking point out shit to them. Like bullying them on the internet, bullying them in real life is one thing, but then to try to bring that shit to here, they can't. They will not stand for that shit. Mm-mm. They will not stand for that shit. They will not stand being bullied in real life and then being bullied on here. That fool rave though. That fool fucking. You could hear it in his voice. He didn't know what to say to me anymore. He was like, you could tell he was real scared. He's like, "You're fat." I was like, "Dude, if I was fat and I was ashamed of it, I wouldn't even care to be on camera." "Oh, you're stupid." "Oh, that's cool. I like that." But oh, you flirt with all the girls. I was like, "I flirt with all the girls here." No, man. There's only 5 females that will actually contest and say, "You know what? I got messages of him flirting with us." But the difference is that it was a mutual thing. How we met, how it ended, how it started, and how it ended. You know what I mean? Everything was 50-50. I don't hold any grudges to them. There might be a few people that might hold a grudge against me, probably wish that I would just die. But, like I hate to disappoint, but it is what it is. I can't do anything. I try fixing things with people. I try to make it right. but there's no fixing it. They're just gonna hate me forever, and they're just that's it. And that sucks because they'll never move on, and they'll never get stronger. I'm trying to make it right so I can move on. I moved on my own. Say fuck that shit for. I'm like I'm gonna move on my own, man. I gotta go. I got things to do. I don't got time to sit here and wonder. I don't know. It's I got what is it? I've been on live for about an hour. Live for an hour. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my shit back on the charger, and I'm just gonna fucking nah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the music on. I'll put that shit on the charger when I get home. Fucking, I'm gonna go get something to eat right now, and when I get back, I'm just gonna go chill, watch some TV, eat, stay up for about a few hours after, and then I'm gonna fucking go to bed. If you know what I mean. Tomorrow, see what happens. I should text Betty. I'm gonna text Betty and see what she's doing. If she's free, I'll call her up, see what's going on. Betty's cool. She's a real cool person. People get really mad that she's that cool. Anyways, I gotta get the show on the road. Uh, you guys have a great rest of your fucking night. Andy, don't take it personal, fool. I know you probably take it personal, but I'm not gonna go to Boston. I'm not gonna go to fucking Bakersfield to go beat you up. I know if I went to Bakersfield, your ass wouldn't even meet me up. But I'll tell you this, just to make sure that you don't try to get me drunk, I'm gonna have if I ever did go to Bakersfield, I'm gonna bring a few of my cousins with me, and I'm gonna have them wait. I'm gonna tell them, like, you know what? Don't do nothing to that dude. Let's see what he does. Let's see how he handles himself. Win or lose, don't do nothing to him. Let him leave freely. But he tried to bring people over here to jump me. Well, then we're gonna have to be ready for that one. But that's only if it was a real serious situation. It ain't that serious, bro. I just like fucking with you. I feel like I said, I felt like you would give me more of a battle than that fucking puny ass fucking nerdy white boy over there. You know what I mean? I think you would give me a better battle. That's why I really attacked you. But Spooky, you're a bitch, bro. You over there actually dreaming and wishing upon a star, wondering where you are. Over there wishing that I fucking was desperate to fucking holler at your ass. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be like your number one fan. I'm over there getting your name tatted on my back and shit. But you lucky you got one motherfucker to do that. I bet you couldn't get another motherfucker to do that on their own. And you had to get a special need motherfucker to do that shit. You didn't even tell that fool to stop not once, fool. The whole time that motherfucker was trying to get a tattoo, you didn't even tell him to stop. You were like literally sitting back hoping he'd just do it already. And that motherfucking mentally challenged kid got your name tatted on your back and you felt so proud. Like, oh, look, you guys, I finally got some desperate dude. And the crazy shit is normally you get paid for shit like that. You used to get paid for shit like that. You used to. And instead, a tattoo artist got paid for you for your shit. You didn't even get ends on the money. And you fucking just sat there and you didn't even try to fucking tell that fool to stop. You just sat there. Let let that mentally challenged kid get fucking your name tattooed on him. That's the closest you'd ever get any man getting your name tattooed. You know what I mean? That sucks. I feel bad for you, fool. What time is it? You over there fucking wishing, like over there. Like it tripped me out too. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was sitting there reading that shit. And I'm like, dude, again with this shit? You over here trying to clown me, making it seem like I'm desperate. Like I'm over there flirting with you behind the scenes. Nobody's fucking doing none of that shit. Like you sitting there trying to write and type in a chat, acting like, oh look, oh I'd rather just cut my eyelids out, my eyebrow, and gouge them out, and I'm like, I don't want to see cousin. That I didn't offer nothing to you. I was telling that fucking faggot fruit cup fucking little boy up there on the panel because he kept fucking talking to me about it. I said, okay, go look, and you act like I was talking to you. You crazy man. You one crazy bride. I will say that. You need to chill the fuck out the way you are, bro. You're real crazy. I can't believe you actually believe that shit. Like, you need to fucking open your eyes. Like, everybody could sit there and say, okay, she's trashy. She's hillbilly. She hillbilly. She's trashy. You don't even know that girl. There ain't nothing trashy about her. She's one of the classiest females I know. And I talked to her, and I know how she is and as a person. And you can go on the list can go on. Like Jess may have been a drunk, but she wasn't trash. She was classy as fuck. Sh- Christina may have been a drunk too, but she was real classy. When when it came down to it, like I ain't, they were people I took serious because I knew like they weren't stupid. I knew that they knew what time it was. I knew how they handled themselves. And I knew that based off of them being parents. I see how they are with their kids. I know how Casey and Christina and Jess were with their kids. I know how they are. I know how they treat their kids. I know how they raise their kids. And like them girls I have a lot of respect for. And that same type of respect I have for them is the same respect I have for Red Z Mac. The only difference is Red Z Mac and me are just not romantic like that. And she knows that. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I think I'm better than her. I just over time you know a person. You don't really think of them like that. When you first meet a person, there's a time where you're like, yeah, you consider it and you might have said something, but you never ever went to the point where like, oh, you're in the messages, you're sitting there like just telling them all this shit. Like, nah, man. I don't think you'll ever like see that from me. You know what I mean? Yeah, my arm's all fucked up. Probably gonna go I'm gonna go fucking, like, nah, I should have left already. Oh, I think that might be Nikki's account. It's already late, fool. You better just go now while you can. Anyways, I'm gonna reach out to L and tell him if he wants to go live in the morning, uh like just write and let me know. But if I'm up, I'll go live with you in the morning. You can go. All right. I'm gonna get out of here, you guys.